In the case titled San Fernando Regala Trading Incorporated versus Cargill Philippines Incorporated, the parties involved are San Fernando Regala Trading Incorporated as the petitioner and Cargill Philippines Incorporated as the respondent. This case revolves around the reciprocal obligations in a contract of sale, particularly concerning the delivery, acceptance, and payment of goods. The dispute arose when San Fernando claimed that Cargill failed to fulfill its obligation to deliver molasses, while Cargill contended that San Fernando refused to accept the deliveries. The case was brought before the Regional Trial Court of Makati and later reviewed by the higher courts, addressing issues of contractual breach and damages.
Good day, everyone. This is our historical context. This case pertains to the reciprocal obligations of the parties in the contract of sale to deliver the goods, receive them, and pay the price as stipulated, and the consequent effects of breach of such obligations. This case revolves around the mutual obligations of the parties in a contract of sale, where one party is responsible for delivering goods while the other must receive and pay for them according to the agreed terms. The nature of such contracts ensures that both of the seller and the buyer have specific duties that must be fulfilled to complete the transaction properly. If either party fails to meet their obligations, such as the seller not delivering the goods or the buyer refusing to pay, legal consequences may arise, potentially leading to penalties or liability for damages. And the breach of these obligations can result in various legal remedies depending on the circumstances. If a party fails to perform their duty, the other party may demand fulfillment, compensation, or even cancellation of the contract. Courts may also impose penalties or award damages, especially in cases involving bad faith or fraudulent actions. This highlights the importance of honoring contractual agreements to ensure a smooth business transaction and avoid legal deputies.
Relevant articles and civil codes. Article 1521 is all about delivery. Does the buyer go pick up the stuff or does the seller ship it? Nakadepende siya on what the contract says, either indirectly or directly. While sa Article 1497, it talks about when a sale is final. So basically, final na siya when the buyer has control and possession of the thing being sold. Article 1169, it deals with being late on a delivery or obligation. You're only considered being late kapag yung other party demands that you fulfill your obligation and that demand can be in court or outside of the court. Sa Article 2232, in some contracts, the court can give extra damages if the defendant acted really badly, like being fraudulent or reckless. Brief summary of the issue. Cargill Philippines Incorporated and San Fernando Regala Trading Incorporated were cane molasses traders that did business with each other for some time. The present controversy arose when San Fernando claimed that Cargill backed out on its contractual obligations to deliver certain quantities of molasses. Cargill denied this, insisting that San Fernando actually refused to accept the delivery of the goods. This enmity resulted in Cargill's filing on March 2, 1998, a complaint for sum of money and damages against San Fernando before the Regional Trial Court of Makati City in Civil Case 98-2493.
Hi everyone, my name is Axel Gabriel Araqueño. Next, about facts. Cargill Philippines Incorporated and San Fernando Regala Trading Incorporated were cane molasses traders. San Fernando claimed Cargill didn't deliver agreed quantities of molasses, while Cargill said San Fernando refused deliveries. This diffuse led to Cargill filing a complaint for sum of money and damages against San Fernando on March 2, 1998 at the Regional Trial Court of Makati City, Civil Case 98493. Cargill claims Contract 5026, April to May 1997. Cargill claims to have delivered 4,000 metric tons of cane molasses at 3,950 pesos per metric tons. However, San Fernando only accepted 951 metric tons. Additionally, San Fernando refused to accept 1,174 metric tons of molasses on a barge, causing the barge to remain at that wharf for 71 days. This led to Cargill incurring a demurrage of 920,000 and suffering a loss of 3,480,000 as they had to sell the cargo to another buyer at a lower price due to San Fernando non-acceptance. Contract 5047, October, November, December. 5047, San Fernando again refused the delivery of 5,000 metric tons of cane molasses. As a result, Cargill suffered damages of 360,000 in addition to the award for unrealized profits from the Regional Trial Court or RTC. Cargill is seeking the return of the demurrage it paid attorney fees and the cost of litigation. San Fernando claims Contract 5026, April to May 1997. San Fernando only received 951 metric tons of molasses and no further deliveries were made. Cargill proposed changing the delivery period from April to May 1997 to May to June 1997 in a letter to San Fernando. However, San Fernando disagreed as it had a contract to sell the molasses to Ajinomoto. Contract 5047, October, November, December. San Fernando claimed Cargill didn't deliver the molasses. Cargill admitted its delivery failure and proposed shifting the delivery from October, November, December to May, June, July in a letter. San Fernando rejected this proposal due to its contract to sell the molasses to Ajinomoto. Cargill was once again San Fernando delivery of the molasses, and San Fernando and Ajinomoto had a contract for the supply of molasses. San Fernando waited 71 days in the wharf for unloading order due to the delay of the orders. Cargill has been asking for the delivery period to June cases of San Fernando since it had already contracted to sell the molasses to Ajinomoto. Ina-expect ni San Fernando na ikita siya ng 11 million and Cargill naman is nagsuffer sa mga damage and unrealized profit because it had to sell the cargo to another buyer at a loss. Thank you po. Next supporter.
So now, let us proceed to the issues of the case. The first issue is whether or not the Court of Appeals erred in ruling that Cargill was not guilty of breach of obligation to deliver the 4,000 metric tons of molasses covered by the Contract 5026 during the period of April and May 1997. Second issue is that whether or not the Court of Appeals erred in ruling that Cargill was guilty of breach of obligation to deliver the 5,000 metric tons of molasses covered by Contract 5047 during the period of October, November, and December 1996. And lastly, the third issue, whether or not the Court of Appeals erred in deleting the award of moral and exemplary damages, attorney's fees, and cost of suit in favor of San Fernando. Now, let us proceed to the court's decision. There are two decisions of the court here. The first one is that San Fernando Regala Trading Incorporated is ordered to pay Cargill in Philippines Incorporated 892,732.5 pesos, representing the demurrage that the latter incurred, and 2,451,405.59 pesos, representing its unrealized profit on the rejected delivery of 1,174 molasses, both under contract 5026, for the total of 3,344,138.09 pesos, with an interest of 6% per annum computed from the date of the filing of the complaint until the same is fully paid. And the second one is that Cargill Philippines Incorporated is ordered to pay San Fernando Regala Trading Incorporated the latter's unrealized profit of 2,531,250 pesos for the breach of contract 5026, and 11 million pesos for the breach of contract 5047, for the total of 13,531,250 pesos, with an interest of 6% per annum computed from the date of the filing of the answer the counterclaim until the same is fully paid.
For the rationale, the court ruled that San Fernando was not entitled to moral, exemplary, or attorney's fees damages because it failed to establish that Cargill acted in bad faith or with ill intent when it did not fulfill its contractual obligation to deliver the molasses as agreed. First, regarding to moral damages, the court emphasized that corporations can only claim these damages if they have a good reputation that has been unjustly harmed by the other party's wrongful actions. In this case, San Fernando did not provide sufficient evidence to prove that it had a reputation that was debased or tarnished by Cargill's failure to deliver the molasses. Additionally, moral damages are generally not recoverable in cases of breach of contract unless bad faith is proven, which San Fernando failed to do. Second, in terms of exemplary damages, the court explained that these damages are only awarded in breach of contract cases if the defendant acted with extreme misconduct, such as fraud, recklessness, oppression, or malice. Since San Fernando was unable to present strong evidence proving that Cargill's delay or failure in delivering the molasses was attended by such misconduct, the court found no basis for awarding exemplary damages. Finally, concerning attorney's fees and litigation costs, the court pointed out that under Article 2208 of the Civil Code, such fees can only be awarded when exemplary damages are granted. Since San Fernando was not entitled to exemplary damages, it also could not claim attorney's fees. Furthermore, the court recognized that both parties had shortcomings in fulfilling their contractual obligations. San Fernando failed to accept Cargill's delivery under one contract, while Cargill only partially fulfilled its obligation under another and completely breached a third contract. Due to these mutual shortcomings, the court decided that each party should bear its own litigation expenses.